Alright, I need to remember what volume level I would have Tales of Arise set at, because I already have the game open. I just don't have any volume on for it. If I normally put the volume up to there, I think that's normally what I do. But hello, Hunt! Spirit, hope you are doing well today. But yeah, I like the layout here more than the old one. I don't know why the blue tinted color palette makes me very happy. Yeah, I kind of like the, general blue screen kind of background. I still have the originals. Well, like if you want a direct comparison. Like, I still have the originals around. This one was supposed to be like a far away. Don't tell me this is set to a different microphone, is it? No, it's set. I'll reset it. Maybe like that? Maybe it sounds better? Hold on. My microphone was being weird. Is it better now, maybe? But yeah, this was the original desk layout. And this is the new one. Does that fix it, maybe? The same? Let's have a quick listen to the strim and see what it sounds like. Guess I'm gonna mute Tales of Arise here again. Hold on. Let's have a quick listen. Let's see. What does it sound like? Now I get a bit of an echo and such. I can hear myself clearly if I turn the volume like way up, but I have to turn the volume like way up to get to that point. Why am I so quiet? The question. If I turn on the sound for Tales of Arise and I have a listen to that on the now it's just gonna echo that though. What is going on? Like, the clarity sounds alright, it's just low volume. What is going on here? I'm gonna set it to one of my cameras. Also, I can switch the freaking one of these layouts and stuff. Hold on a hot ticker. Is my stream just really quiet? Is that all that's going on here? I could talk through an actual headset mic if I really want to. Like that. Whoa, I'm hearing myself. I don't know why it's echoing back to me. No. Okay, there's back to the microphone that's here. But, and here's what that camera microphone sounds like, apparently. What, sounded way better with the, with that? Or just, Yeah, the gain is, I could show the actual thing here. Like, here's the volume of stuff on the desktop, but I wonder, what is it? Hold on. Let's see here. Because these should just be the same settings I've always used. Testing with what the heck? Why is it? Normally it'd be like up here and stuff. I'm gonna unplug my microphone and plug it back in. Okay. Are words going through? It's still to about here. I can turn down the sound like extra so. Just have the new standard be everybody listens to the stream like way louder. Cause that's weird. Normally it goes like way more up to like there when I'm just like normal speaking volume and stuff. I don't know why it's being weird. But according to OBS, at least my voice is clearly louder than the game. Even so, I'm gonna turn down the game 2 more decibels. I don't know what's going on with that. I guess you just have to listen to the stream like much louder, I guess, or something. Well, we are off to a great start here. My goodness. Anyway, hello, Spear. How are you doing today? How go things today? Are you very familiar with Tales of Arise shenanigans? I hope that we're in like the final stages of this game because I have like a whole bunch of other games going on and whatnot, and it'd be good to like finish this one off sometime soon. Not at all. Are you familiar with any of the Tales games at all, or like the Tales of series? I didn't even know it was a series until earlier this year. But the only game, have you heard of Tales of Symphonia before? Because that's the only game in this series I had ever heard of before earlier this year. And then Guzma, the freaking mad lad. Okay, yeah, heard of that. That was the only one that I'd heard of. That was literally the only Tales game that I'd ever heard of. I had no idea it was even a series or anything like that, but apparently it's a series of video games. So, the mad lad Guzma, during this thing I did earlier this year called Mad Lad May, when I was like, okay, some of the super crazy financially generous mad lads that have made the equipment in this room possible at all, I like, I owe it to them to at least give them a freaking game to request. So I did Mad Lad May. I'm gonna turn off the jar. I was super... and Kuzma requested a game from me called Tales of Vesperia on the Switch, and it was a bumpy experience. It was one of those games where it's like, if you put it into the context of when it originally released, it was originally a 2008 release on like the Xbox 360 for a JRPG. It was like 2019 that it came to the Switch. Oh yeah, the freaking graphics in this. I'm playing this on my PC. This isn't it's on all consoles but the Switch, I believe. So I'm actually putting my, I don't know if you ever heard that I picked up a $800 graphics card. Well, now I'm putting it to good use. So there's that. But anyway, I played Tales of Vesperia on the Switch, which was originally, yeah, I did. I waited on a back order list for it for about 10 months. That was the thing, the fancy new 30 series. So, in terms of US dollars, they're usually about like 500 or 600 for one of the cards. Canadian dollars, they're usually about like maybe 700 to 900 for like the lower versions of the cards. If you want to pick up like the fancier version of the card, you can spend a couple grand. I just picked up the lower version of the card at $800. So there's that. So now you're seeing what this card is capable of. Like, this is a single PC setup. Usually, usually a lot of streamers that are playing like very graphically intensive games will have like a dual PC setup where there's like one computer for playing the game and one computer that handles the streaming. But you don't have like all the one computer fighting for resources across both those things. This is a single PC setup. This is all just my computer. This is what this is. And like, you probably can't hear it with the with the microphone, but it does make my PC pretty loud. It gets the fan spinning pretty darn fast. But hey, it is what it is. Isn't it beautiful stuff? So anyway, my story. Kuzma got me to play Tales of Vesperia on the Switch, which was originally from 2008, but I played the 2019, which was supposed to be like a definitive version. It didn't feel very definitive. There was a lot of awful stuff with it, but it was also really good in a lot of ways. It was one of those games where it's like, you can respect it putting it into the context of the time and be like, okay, if I played this right when it came out, this would have been like an absolutely incredible experience. But by today's standards coming into it, it's is what Tales of Vesperia was. It was kind of similar to how recently I hopped into Super Metroid in August, and that game is like, it was fun, but there are some things that are kind of about it. Like, you put it into the context of the time, and it's freaking incredible. And it was still worthwhile for me to play just to have that experience and see how influential that was for the time. But by modern standards, it wouldn't have been as good. That was like Tales of Vesperia for me. So it's like, I respected it. The game kind of stressed me the hell out with some of its not so fun bits and awfulness here and there. But putting it into the context of the time, I can see like exactly how influential it was and what impact it had in the JRPG space. Like for example, one of the games I found out was apparently very inspired by it was Bravely Default. With the way that Bravely Default had you being able to walk around the overworld, and like, you had an overworld where your character was a lot bigger, but if you run into an enemy, then it goes into like the battle. You also have like a ship that goes across the water, or an airship that flies around the world. Yeah, Tales of Vesperia did that first, and then freaking Bravely Default took that and made that a thing that they were doing with that. So it was really fascinating to see like what other games I'd already played were inspired by that. So Tales of Vesperia was worth it for me to play from that perspective, but it was kind of stressful for some of its not so good stuff. Like, for one, it has no objective markers, and there's a vast open world, and it's like, oh, we have to go to so-and-so town, they say in a cutscene, and it's like, where the hell is that? And you would basically need to look up a guide to beat that game, and it was, thanks. I have a love-hate relationship with that game. I respect it more than enjoy it, if anything. But, this is the most recent Tales game that just released, like, last month. So, this is what we've been playing lately, and I wanted to see how far the Tales series has come since then. I haven't played any other Tales games, just Vesperia and this one. I've been enjoying this one so far. I'm glad that it can, you know, put my $800 card to good use, but there's that. So that's my situation with Tales and whatnot. But yeah, glad you're not doing Smash reveals right now, because currently waiting on some friends to get in voice call and play the character with you. Freaking, wait, what do you mean by Smash reveal? Like, just doing like a Smash, because I'll switch that once it's like out later, but Is there still stuff that's like yet to be revealed with the Smash, or just like Smash reveals of like the patch notes upcoming or something like that? Like revealing the next balance update or something like that. But yeah, games that stand throughout gaming evolution should 100% be respected. Dark Souls, Bloodborne. That looks very good, you will admit. Yeah, patch notes and stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, since I don't play it a whole lot anymore, it's probably not something that I'm gonna like. I'll very briefly go over it, but probably not be too crazy. Unless they freaking fix Charizard Flare Blitz to not sometimes just not work. That'd be cool. I'd be pretty hyped for that, honestly. But anyway, so there have been a lot of Tales games that released since then. I haven't played any of them. Maybe I'll play them eventually. Freaking Mortis coming out of nowhere, something for 9 months. From upstairs have given your schedule more leeway. I know, right? They were gonna release Elden Ring in freaking January, but now it's pushed back to February, so I have more leeway, and that's good news for me. I appreciate the 9-month resub there, Mortis. That's a freaking Twitch baby, as some people call it. Ever heard of the term Twitch baby? That's what some people call the 9-month resub. I appreciate the 9-month resub there, Mortis. I know you can only use that Prime sub in one place each month. I appreciate you using it here, you bad lad. Text to speech.
The FromSoft devs have given your schedule more leeway.
Indeed. Got a Falcon for the 5th time. I'd be down for that, honestly. Yeah. Nope, never heard of it before. Because 9 months is typically the the time it takes to make and pop out a baby. People call 9 months on Twitch the resub. Twitch baby. I think it's kind of stupid, honestly. That's what some people call it. But yeah. Wait, are you now gonna do that and turn stream down later? Alright, take care. And I hope you have a good time with the freaking patch reveal stuff and lurking gear and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna continue with Tales of Arise stuff. I probably should have come down here before I started my crazy ramble, but I like to ramble about things and stuff. I believe that there's...
Damn it. Lenniget's soldiers.
Yes, there's a battle to be had.
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be you ready.
Avoid fighting them. Since it's put us into this situation, so it seems like we are indeed going to... No, don't you dare smack them. You absolutely rude. Anyway,
Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not.
do I want to share what I was about to say right now, or do I want to save it until after this battle, I wonder? I'll just share it right now. I'm like a freaking cooking show that just prepared things ahead of time. Because the save file that I'm on right now, I decided maybe I would do some off-camera grinding before this session, but I was right next to a new dungeon that'd be really good for me to grind in. So, I made 2 save files. The save file is right where we left off, which we just hopped into just now, and another save file that's actually like 2 hours ahead that has just come into this area and grinded against a bunch of dudes. The land of time. Gosh, diggity darn it. I'm bad at this here video game. So, on the other file, I've already fought these dudes, and apparently there's like a brief cutscene after it that I just skipped, so I haven't seen any of it yet. I haven't gotten past the star in the dungeon. I haven't gotten past the point where things are happening. I've only just fought against a whole bunch of duos here. So after we're done with this fight and see whatever cutscenes after it, if I'm not getting mixed up, then we'll switch over to the other file, just like a cooking show, where it's like, next you put it in the oven. But since we came prepared, we had another one in this other oven over here, on like the other oven rack, and it's already prepared. So we'll just pull that one out. While this one that we've been working on this whole time goes in the oven for 30 minutes. So that's essentially what's gonna happen here. So, like, I have done a bit of off-camera progress in this. You're not gonna see it until we switch save files, though, because I figure, like, oh, this is stuff that there's some minor cutscene things. So that's the way that I'm coming prepared. It's a bit loud, have a hard time here. I was saying the same thing earlier, where it's like, I was really quiet. I don't know what's going on with my microphone today. I could try turning the game, like, way down, but I don't know why my mic's so quiet. It's literally turned all the way up in OBS, and I don't know why it's been doing this lately. But yeah, hello, Kuzma. How are you doing today? So, like, it's only going up to, like, here, whereas my normal speaking volume, if this would be at max, would normally be up to, like, here, and I don't know why. Knob. Is it? Whoa! Okay. You want to hear... Do you want to hear what it's like when this gain knob is turned all the way up? Brace yourselves. This is max gain knob. I'm gonna try to not speak too loud, but this is max gain knob. Maybe this was the solution the whole time. Well, not this, but down. Okay, so, wait. I adjusted it all the way down, and now my normal volume is there where it normally would be. Wait, this is the same setting it was at before. Why does... Now I can set it to my normal thing of about that. Maybe even this. All I did was turn it all the way up and then all the way down again to what it was before. And did that fix it? Does it sound better now? What the hell? And now I can turn up the game more properly to a level like this. That fixed it? Are you kidding me? Just playing around with a knob? That's so stupid. I'll take it. Stupid solution's better than none. It's so dumb. Okay, it still looks a little bit loud in OBS, the game that is, so I'm still gonna turn it down to like... I'll keep an eye on the audio levels here. Does that look better? Looks kind of loud. No, I'll just turn it down in the volume mixer. Maybe I turned it up a little bit too loud in the volume mixer. Man, if only it was easy just to get like audio levels right. Things. Oop, to I want it... I'll turn it down to 4. That seems better, right? But yeah, might end up lurking for the majority of the stream, but... Yeah, I can turn... Well, I can't do it in the middle of battle, but... Does this seem better? Does this seem better here, maybe? Perhaps? I missed my chance for a Mystic Art again, didn't I? Because I'm losing my mind. I'll follow with the game myself as sound effects that's making it too loud. Okay, I'll do it after this battle. Is what I'll do. Hey, we got a perfect dodge thingamabob. Wow, isn't that crazy? Now I need to turn up my own volume here so the game's a little bit louder. So, there's our audio misadventure, I suppose. There's our little audio misadventure there. So, hopefully everything is a-okay now. This should just murderize you. So I think there's a brief scene after this, which I skipped in the other file, so I wouldn't spoil myself to what this is. Why is it so dim? Oh, now it's getting brighter.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
So that was a scene I missed before. Platinum dog tag that I'm never gonna use because this timeline's gonna get erased. So yeah, this seemed like it'd be a pretty good place to grind, but I needed to actually, you know, unlock this area and whatnot, which is why I did the multiple file thing. The enemies here are a whole bunch of things like that, I guess. There aren't actually as many just loose leaf small enemies to fight as, you know, a lot of other areas. Like, this guy I had to take out, and he stayed despawned, and I needed to take him out so I could get through that doorway. There was, like, one group of enemies there that I could fight, one there, and one there. Literally just 3 groups. There's more initially, like, there's some with some guards, but all the ones with guards, once you take them out, they don't respawn, except for that one over there of the 3. So the first time through, there are several of the little groups of enemies, but for whatever reason, all the ones with guards, except for the one right over there, right past the mantis here on the left, all the other ones just don't respawn, so it wound up being just like 3 groups of Dudos that I could fight over and over again. And one of these mantis guys, but like I found with big enemies in this game, they're usually not super worth it to fight unless you're going for the materials and whatnot. They don't give a lot of experience in SP or anything like that. They just, they're just kind of a waste of the majority of your CP. Cutscene in this area that has a subtitle that isn't matched with the audio at all. Oh, when we get past there, because that's a bit that I haven't gotten past yet, is the thing. So yeah, if I pull a literal cooking show here, and look, it's like a 2-hour difference here. If we pull basically a cooking show and say, oh, we're just gonna put it in the oven for a little bit, but since we came prepared and for the sake of television, I already had one in the oven that just finished baking now. So, should I have checked what levels we were at before? Because I've forgotten, but I got up to 46. I think we're at like 41, 42. Now we're at 46, so there's the magic. There's the magic of television. Skipping ahead because we already put it in the oven before, so there's that. But yeah, so there'd be a whole bunch of those freaking uranium Pokemon looking things all around, of the Zeugles. There'd be a Dudo with guards in here that was like the only one that would respawn. And you go past all that nonsense, fighting them all, and then you make it here, and whoa! And I was curious if this would be a thing that I could grind with more enemies than just the 3, and I checked it very briefly and skipped the cutscenes, and it seems like it's probably just story stuff from what I could tell. So, so I just undid. So I just reloaded my save from before I went through there, even in this grinding file, and was like, yeah, this is the only place I can grind, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's see here. So when it comes to sound, look how much it's already down. Sound effects of this game are freaking ridiculous. I'm gonna turn it down to 40. So in total, it'll be halved from its normal volume of 80. Wacky. Wacky. Enjoy the lurk there, Guzma. So, whoa, we totally made it through all the baddies there. And totally just didn't skip it with the power of television magic. Isn't that crazy?
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alvin.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alvin.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
Can't believe even a
You
video
don't
game
act
got
like
the
that.
wrong use of your.
Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Alrighty,
Stay
will
sharp.
do.
After that
Thanks
last
for the
illusion,
notification on the
there's no
livestock
telling
game.
what could happen in here.
When she first mentioned visions, I was gonna be like, visions? What, like Xenoblade Chronicles? But Xenoblade Chronicles, it's just visions into the future, so it'd be visions more like the dimensional scream from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. A weird doorway is this? Oh my good gracious. That's really funky looking, and its color is even shifting. Oh my goodness, that's funky looking, isn't it? Oh my good gracious. Damn graphics, though. That's gonna be a boss battle, right? That's gotta be a boss battle right there. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Do I want to keep that file? Probably not, but like... whatever, I'll just keep saving into slot 2 for now. Boss battle?